to a solo episode of Marc My Words. I am your host, Mark Schmidt. Thanks for joining me today. I want to talk a little bit about a topic that's been coming up quite a bit in 2025, and that's been my journey from somebody who was working a little more behind the scenes, and I guess I still do to this day, to becoming a podcast host. And it's a journey I did not expect to take because at the time that I really started to create content on LinkedIn, which is kind of where my journey started, I did not feel that I was very well suited to be putting myself out there as a podcast host or anybody who should really be like speaking or presenting. But thanks to the encouragement and support that I got at LinkedIn local events and just on LinkedIn in general and through the course of life as things progressed into this decade, I kind of realized that I really did have something to say and I had a voice and I had the talent and potential in me to, at the very least, have my own show and to at least talk about things that meant something to me. But it takes practice to become a decent speaker. I'm not going to sit here and toot my own horn and tell the world I am the greatest speaker known to man, but there is a big difference between the speaker I was in maybe 2017 or 18 and the speaker I am in 2025. I'm a lot more confident and a lot more sure of myself, and I've kind of allowed myself to be vulnerable, to accept any kind of criticism or feedback that I might have gotten. And really, it's not even about what the outside world is saying or the feedback I'm getting. It's more about practice. You know, they always talk about practice makes perfect and the impact that practice can have as opposed to just going right out there and, I guess, playing the game. And I know that actually doing the episodes of Mark My Words have been a huge help, but I really feel like the seeds were planted early on when I was just making content, just to be making content, just to be putting myself out there and practicing not only my speaking, but the kind of things I wanted to speak about. And I feel that between the people I was meeting, all those awesome entrepreneurs, to just me creating content and speaking on topics that I wanted to talk about, I feel like the combination of the two are how Mark My Words came to be. And I think from there, as I have done more episodes and have had more guests on my show and have just flexed that muscle and have practiced more and more, I guess I just became better and better as a speaker. And if you listen to the history of this show, you go back to like 2020, 2021, heck, even 2022, and you listen to episodes I'm doing now, huge difference in my performance. And I know one of the things that really motivates me to do all this are people who feel that they don't have the talent or the ability or really something to say, and they kind of hold themselves back from doing something that could be really good for them. I know there's been a ton of benefits as a person and as just somebody who has their own business, I mean, I've met so many awesome people and so many good things have come out of just being vulnerable and giving myself a license to open up and to become a speaker and to allow the world to take that journey with me, to watch me stumble and trip over words and to just become a better speaker over time. That's a lot to kind of like leave out there in the world. So it takes a lot of courage, but the only way that you are going to get better and become a good speaker, become a good podcast host, whatever it is that you want to do, is by hitting the record button, hitting the live button if you want to go live, whether it be TikTok or YouTube, whatever it is, whatever you want to do, even if it's not necessarily being a podcast host or a public speaker per se, whatever you want to do, it just takes practice. If you have it in your heart and in your gut and you really want to do something, you really have something you want to say, something you really want to do, now is the time to do it. I think back at 2019, 2020 when I really got this journey started. Mark My Words was not a tangible thing until I put it out there in the universe and really started doing it. And when I think of all the potential time I could have wasted continuing to think it over and hold myself back as opposed to what I did do, which was I put myself out there and allowed myself to be vulnerable and give myself the opportunity to just say, hey, I do have the courage to do this now, and it may not be the greatest, but I'm willing to keep working at this. And look where I am 3, 4, 5 years later. And if there's one thing that I want to do with Mark My Words, is inspire people to see those kind of things within themselves, take a chance and follow their heart and go out there and just do it. Because now is the time. You know, we only get one shot. Like, I get one shot to be Mark Schmidt, and I have all these things that I want to do. Some of these things I've wanted to do since I was in high school, which was just a day or two ago. So, if you are to learn or get anything out of this show, I hope it is the inspiration to say, you know what, that person is going on a journey where they started out not really as good as they are now. And again, I know I'm not the greatest or most perfect speaker, but I do know I've come a long way and I've progressed as a speaker, as a podcast host, and the rewards are starting to come due to the effort that I have put in. So I really just want to inspire people and get them to understand that today is the day to do it and to get started. And if you feel a little uncomfortable, that's okay because we all go through it. We all go through the same thing. But the only way to get better and to get to where you want to be is by just taking action and starting today. So, with that being said, I hope that comes across as a bit of inspiration for you if you're starting out or you haven't started but you're thinking about it, or even if you are doing something, whether it's a podcast or not, and you're feeling down and you just needed to hear a few words of reassurance. I hope that this episode and some of the things I said here are helpful and can give you the push that you need. Because sometimes the one thing that we really need in this life is support. And I am thankful that I have gotten that and continue to get that. It's meant everything to me and it has helped me to get where I am today. So let me just wrap this up by saying you have my support. Go ahead, hit the record button, hit the go live button, and go out there, make it happen, and find your voice. Thank you for tuning into this solo episode of Mark My Words. I will see you soon with a new episode. Bye for now.